You know us, we're not going to overreact, but the season is over. Dodgers
Over.
take game one at Dodger Stadium 3-2. They are 6-2 against the Padres this year, and these two teams are tied atop the NL West with 40 games to play. So we're going to react to it all. Disappointing, somewhat frustrating, but just game one of what will be 6 between these two sides over the next week and a half. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe. All right. Year-round content for you. Subscribe. We're here in season and out of season. Smash that like button for us. Follow us on X at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. We see some of these super chats that have rolled in. We appreciate you. If you want to support our work, if you want to see your comment on screen, make sure to click that $ below the chat box. If you want to become a member, Jim is doing a members only watch party tomorrow at 6:10. So click that join button down below. Join Jim tomorrow for game 2.
Yeah.
Padres led in this game. Ramon Laureano hits the home run off Kershaw. You get the break. It's off the foul pole. And the way it kind of unraveled was, I don't know, somewhat uncharacteristic. A ball that Manny can't make a play on. Padres had opportunities later. We'll get into Mike Shilt's managerial decisions. Interesting usage of maybe his bullpen potentially here tonight. And not a lot of opportunities on offense, Jim. I mean, 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position. They kind of look listless like they did over a good portion of the first half of the year after they started 14-3. So the Dodgers 4-game losing streak is over. The Padres 5-game winning streak is over. And LA behind Clayton Kershaw, who turned back the clock. He's throwing 88 and it's getting everyone out. And the Dodgers take game 1, 3-2.
It was a pretty boring game.
It really was.
Most of the night.
Yeah.
It just went by very quickly. There's a lot of things that happened late in the game, but not much throughout the first half of that game. There's a couple key moments in this game that we could talk about tonight. Number one, Manny Machado, he would tell you he's got to make that play. I mean, it was like it hit him in the palm of the glove, wrist area. He would tell you he's got to make that play. That play right there, the bunt that he didn't catch in midair, cost the team 2 runs. So that's number one. Number 2, I'll go to the 8th inning. 2 on, no outs. Vesia's hit back-to-back guys. You're like, all right, here we go. Freddie Fermin up. He's already had a hard hit single in this game. He damn near decapitated himself, almost running into that.
Yeah, that wasn't
railing.
Good.
He almost cut himself in half. But Mike Schilt calls for the bunt, down multiple runs, calls for the sacrifice to move the runners over with 1 out. I understand you got Tatis Arraez and Manny coming up in that situation right there, but to play for the tie instead of try for the big inning, I thought it was very, very, very conservative of Mike. Why do I call him Mike? Of Schilt. And I just don't like how he does that. And he's done that a good amount. Recently, he would have gone for the bunt if Ramon Laureano understood the signs. A week ago? Remember, he called for the bunt. Ramon Laureano,
when he swung away, Butcher Boyd it.
Yeah, swung away. They won the game on a walk-off, and then Schilt got annoyed with a question about the bunt and the bunt sign, and of course he did. It's like he plays very conservative when they trail in games, offensively. He can be aggressive with the bullpen. He'll bring in, if they're down by a run, he'll bring in the A team to keep it at a run. But offensively, man, it just feels like he is very, very conservative. And then finally tonight, take away that, Tatis has got to come through. Arraez has got to come through. Manny's got to come through. Those guys had bad nights offensively. Manny had a really bad night. Manny had an awful night. The play he should have made, and he had multiple opportunities to, do some damage offensively, and he didn't get the job done. So those are the 3 takeaways from me tonight with this game. The Manny misplay, the sacrifice bunt in the 8th with 2 on and no out, down by multiple runs, and then your superstar players not coming through, especially Manny Machado and Fernando Tatis Jr.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with the assessment on the bunt. I agree with what you're saying. I might see the reasons as to why I wouldn't bunt maybe a little differently. The reason I wouldn't have done it is, and I think you said this actually, I don't like Vesia hitting back-to-back guys and then bunting. Because it's not like they went to another reliever that is like a clean spot. No, it's Vesia's thinking about it. He had only hit 10 guys in his career. That was a crazy stat for me.
Yeah.
He's never hit multiple guys in an outing.
Yeah.
So it does feel like, yes, while you have two in scoring position and you are a base hit away from a tie, you let him off the hook a little bit. Also, here's the other thing. What are the chances of winning by playing for the tie on the road? I mean, maybe now you've got a 40% chance of winning. You certainly don't have a 60% chance of winning. If you tie the score in the top of the 8th inning, they still have last legs. I mean, it's not like, again, you've got your bullpen, so maybe you can keep them on 3 for a long while, but you're not playing to take a lead in that spot. So I'd prefer playing for the bigger inning. We'll never know. I mean, for me, could hit into a double play or could hit a home run. And that could have been the difference between winning and losing as well. But I agree, it was very conservative. I just listened to Mike Schilt 5 minutes post game. He was not asked about the bunt, which to me is insanity, like, because it's a big part of the game. I mean, that was a big part, that strategy. And by the way, it's easy to Monday morning quarterback it. If Tatis comes through with the base hit through the right side and they score more runs in the inning, then Mike Schilt looks like a genius. But if Tatis and Arise don't come through in that spot, then he looks very conservative. So I think it should have been asked post game. And I think outside that, I was expecting more from the Padres offense against Clayton Kershaw, who averaged an 89-mile-per-hour fastball tonight. Right. He's been very good his last 3 innings. Their bullpen is a complete train wreck. Look how they piecemeal together the 8th and 9th inning. What the hell was that?
Wow.
They're bringing guys in that have had terrible years.
Yeah, awful.
They're just throwing something against the wall and seeing if it sticks. And it was disappointing the Padres didn't threaten more in this game than they did. I understand it's only one game. I understand that the season wasn't determined here tonight. But you're a game away from losing the season series, which means you don't have the tiebreaker against LA. And I'm going to get to the point, Jim, where if they lose this series in general, I'm going to say, what's it going to take for the Padres to beat the Dodgers in a series?
Right.
So, it's those are the talking points. That's how I see it. Padres are playing great coming in, and now it's the same old talking points. Can they beat the Dodgers?
Another thing, too, that has just annoyed me for the last week or so, and they've been winning games, so, I mean, right? Who cares? It's like you go 14-3, shit, you can do anything you want. I mean, if they go 14-3, they can have Freddie Fermin bat and lead off. If they win games at this time of the year, like, it doesn't matter. But it's annoying to me that they're not playing Ryan O'Hearn every day. If you're gonna just have him be a situational batter, then what was the point? Having Jose Iglesias get the same number at bats as Ryan O'Hearn makes zero sense. And oh, by the way, you pinch hit for him in the 9th inning. Guess what Dave did? He brought in a lefty.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're saving him for a pinch hit role late in game, Dave's already ahead of you. He's going to bring in a lefty. It doesn't matter. So, like, why not have him just start against Kershaw? It just, I don't get that from Mike Schilt. To have O'Hearn on your bench and play a guy that has a 591 OPS, it doesn't make sense. You need to play Ryan O'Hearn every single day, regardless of who's on the mound, because if you don't, it makes it very easy for the opposing manager late in game to just throw a lefty against O'Hearn. And guess what? He did exactly what you didn't want. So you lose that matchup. So why don't you start him?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great point, and B, you're right because of also Gavin Sheets. So you throw a left-handed pitcher out there, and you don't have great slugging options at that point. And to your point, I'll go broader here. I don't think it was Mike Schilt's best night, clearly.
No,
nor the team.
From Schilt.
But I would say that he has been outmanaged by Dave Roberts. Like in his 2-year stint here, I mean, that's a definitive statement. He was outmanaged multiple times in that best-of-5 series. And if you put that thing under a magnifying glass, it does not look good from a manager perspective. And then this has popped up. So, I mean, we can say whatever we want about Dave Roberts, and we can talk about the benches clearing and meet me outside, and we can all hate it. And you can hate Kike Hernandez pitching in the 6th inning, but results matter. And the Dodgers are 6-2 against the Padres, and they won the NLDS last year. And I mean, that's a part of the story. I'm not putting that all on Mike Schilt, make no mistake, but I don't think he's been at his best when the Padres haven't been as a team at their best against the Dodgers. There was a period of time last year in the regular season, the Padres played the Dodgers well, and now they haven't. From game 4, game 5, like, I mean, I'm sorry. It has to be a part of the conversation that you can have a really good team, but now there's this mental hurdle. Like, you got to get past them in some capacity. I get it. You might not play them in the postseason. They might not be as good as they were in 2024. There's a zillion things. Right. But it just feels like at some point you're going to have to beat them in a series. Otherwise, you're not going to have a ton of faith that you're going to beat him in a series. So I just feel like Mike Schilt has had better days. I think he's a good in-game manager. I don't think it was his best night. I'm not putting the entirety of the game on him, but I don't think he gave his team the best chance to win probably tonight.
And by the way, I see people in the chat, saying like, just because it doesn't make sense to you doesn't mean it doesn't make sense. You just don't like it. Well, I'm not the only one thinking this. Okay. It's not just me. And yeah, I don't like it. So that it's my opinion. Like, if you don't like my opinion, you don't have to watch. That's just my opinion. My opinion is I didn't like it and it didn't work out. So because it didn't work out, it's a talking point, right? If it worked out.
Yeah, I mean, if it worked out, I mean, listen, here's the thing. Do you have a better chance of scoring? What gives you a better chance to score runs? First and second, nobody out, or second and third, one out? Put it anywhere you want. Go read the run expectancy matrices in the history of baseball. Go to ChatGPT. You can be splitting hairs. What's your goal? You're trying to score one run. You're trying to score multiple runs. What gives you the best chance to score the most possible runs? Nobody out. What gives you the better chance to score maybe a run plus, maybe second and third, one out? I get we're splitting hairs, but Jim's point, and I agree with it, is that you got a bullpen that is beleaguered and they go hit by pitch. Why give them one of the three outs? Even if you've put yourself in a position where you're base hit away from a tie, didn't you take yourself out of the chance for a bigger inning? Now, of course, he could hit into a double play. Of course, he could strike out, but he could also hit a 3-run home run or a double down the right field line. We'll never know.
Yeah.
So with all that data and information, and we can grab it from anywhere, I agree with your opinion, which is you have to feel like you got a better chance for a big inning, first and second, nobody out against Vesia, who goes hit by pitch, than giving him the out, which begins a path for the Dodgers to get out of the inning.
Right. And if Martin Maldonado was still on this team and he was up in that situation, then bunt. I'm not sitting here being like, I can't believe they gave an out with Martin Maldonado. Actually, in that situation, it would probably favor him laying down a sack bunt because at least he wouldn't hit into a double play, right? Or the potential of him hitting into a double play.
Strike out.
Yeah, strike out. Like, yeah, the sacrifice bunt with Martin Maldonado is the move. Mm-hmm. The sacrifice bunt with Freddie Fermin, who's been really good for this Padres team, earlier in the game had a rocket up the middle. I just don't like the move. It's my opinion. If you don't like my opinion, sorry, but I'm not the only one that thinks like that. Okay.
No, I mean, I think, again, we have the benefit of hindsight that Mike Schilt never has. But I think the opinion that we both share, and I would tell you if I disagreed, again, I don't think it's the most egregious decision Mike Schilt has made. You can make an argument for bunting, but I think we both share the same opinion, which is you basically let them off the hook and you're playing for an inning that all of a sudden doesn't look like you're going to score more than, I mean, at best you're playing to get even, basically in that spot where I think if Fermin swings away, maybe you score 3+ runs in the inning. We'll never know.
And then, furthering that conversation, okay, you laid down the bunt, you got runners at second and third with one out. Okay. Who's coming up? The top of your lineup. Those guys need to come through.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously. I mean,
they have to come through. And it made Schilt look bad. Like those guys not coming through made Schilt look bad. And they collectively tonight went 0 for 14. 0 for 14 between the top of your lineup. Was it top 3, I think it was, or the top 4? Top 4 in your lineup went 0 for 14 tonight. And another like game within the game thing that the Dodgers have done extremely well against the Padres this year is once again who hurts the Padres the most in this lineup. It's not Ohtani. It's not Freddie Freeman. It's the bottom of the order once again that has hurt the Padres all year long. I saw the stats. I have them saved somewhere, but I mean, you guys have seen the games and you know what we're talking about. The bottom of this Dodgers lineup has murdered the Padres this year. Absolutely murdered them.
And that wasn't like, again, the bottom of the lineup today wasn't like unbelievable. It was basically Teoscar Hernandez's home run was the only big hit the Dodgers had in this entire game. I mean, think about it. Their two runs that they scored in that soft inning was because Manny Machado couldn't make a play on a ball that he dove after that he should make a play on. That's the only reason why they scored those 2 runs. And then the other run was on the Teoscar Hernandez home run. But yeah, you're right. And listen, the Dodgers lineup is not, they put the graphic up. They have not been the same team without Max Muncy this year. And they just placed him on the IL. Their numbers are nowhere near as good offensively without him. But tonight, 3 runs was enough. And the Padres often win games like that and they were beaten at their own game tonight at Dodger Stadium 3-2. Let's get to some of these super chats, guys. If you're here, over 600 of you are here live right now. Please subscribe year-round baseball content for you and smash the like button for us. And thank you for the super chats, like this one from Tanya. Thank you, Tanya. You can click the $ below the chat box. If you want to become a member, click the join button down below. Jim's doing a members-only watch party tomorrow. For game 2, Tanya gets to start us by saying San Diego made Kershaw look great by not waiting to swing. I mean, I just thought Kershaw made pretty quick work of them in general, right? How many pitches did he throw in this game? He threw 76 in 6 innings. I mean, they only had him throwing about 11 or 12 pitches per inning. So it was kind of workmanlike and quick. He allowed 2 hits, one of which was the Laureano ball that grazed the foul pole. That's how the Padres scored off Clayton Kershaw today.
Yeah. I mean, Kershaw, his numbers against the Padres lifetime, he just owns them. We read them today on John and Jim. He's got like a 2.1 ERA. And lifetime now, I think, right, almost 30 wins lifetime, or he has like 24, 23 wins lifetime against
24-11, maybe
24-11. But I mean, damn near a sub-2 ERA against the Padres. Like, he owns them. And he was throwing up junk tonight. And the Padres just offensively, they went quietly. Yeah, they haven't. Ever since game 4 last year in the NLDS, they have played the Dodgers really bad, except for a couple games this year. They won 11-1, and then they won another game. I forget how they won it. Or no, it was the game that everyone got hit, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
They're 2-8 since they won game 3 at Petco.
2-8. Okay.
They're 2-8. But, yeah, I mean, it's been bad. And that's why I still think that as well as the Padres have played, the mental hurdle kind of remains of you think you're going to have to win a series against LA at some point. Sports don't always work that way. There's no guarantee that they would play each other in the postseason, but we saw 2022. They were utterly dominated by the Dodgers in the regular season that beat them in 4 games. But it feels to me like you'd like to have some level of success against LA before you get to the postseason to feel great about your chances of winning a World Series. That's kind of how I see it.
Yeah, and I'll say this because Rocket says, Deja effing view, top 4 piss poor effort tonight. If the Padres are going to continue to play the Dodgers, going, in postseason, like if they meet the Dodgers again, okay, and these next 5 games against the Dodgers, doing it, John, calling them out. Manny Machado's got to step up offensively. Like, you got to have big hits, man. Against the Dodgers. Sorry. Like, it's not unfair to ask that of your superstar player.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. I mean, I'm not going to double down on it, but I understand the point. He's got to be good in the postseason. That's what he's got to be.
Yeah, he's got to be good in the postseason. Really. I mean, they're trying to win a division title. You need your stars to step up. He's your star, one of your stars. You got to step up.
Yeah, hopefully he does. And if it's not in the games against the Dodgers, hopefully it's in the other 35 games they have in the regular season. He's been obviously very solid all year long, but yeah, the point's fair. I mean, 0 for 4 and the defensive play that he didn't make. I know it goes to single, but it was not his best night. Chucky, thank you, man. He says, native San Diegan, born in 68, with hundreds, maybe thousands of Padres games under my belt. Games like tonight convinced me why Diego will never win a trophy. I would never go that far. I would never go that far. I mean, there's so many games. It's a regular season. I understand frustration, but a regular season game in August won't dictate who has won or won't win a World Series. I mean, I get it. They've never won a World Series, so I get frustration. But tonight is not a reason why the Padres can't win the World Series. It's just frustrating because they haven't played the Dodgers well.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Exactly. It's frustrating because they have not played the Dodgers well, but they are still tied with them in the National League West. So there's plenty of time to go here. It's not going to be easy the next 2 days against Snell and Glass now. And you need Cease to pitch well, and you need Darvish to pitch well for you. And you need this offense to wake up against the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium for more than just one game in a series. So tomorrow, it's probably going to be very tough, and I wouldn't be surprised if Schilt throws the same lineup out there because he's very stubborn about like that. And then you're going to have Jose Iglesias out there to get 4 more bats against, Padres pitching or Dodgers pitching, and he has got a 591 OPS, and you're just going to sit Sheets and O'Hearn on the bench and give Dave Roberts, the matchups that he wants.
Well, I will say we'll see. That'll be interesting. That's an interesting talking point moving forward with Snell tomorrow. I would also say, this I kind of built it up like, oh, you got this like playoff atmosphere, or you've got these sold out games. No, it was a terrible atmosphere. I mean, it wasn't a playoff atmosphere. In fact, I mean, the Padres were not in some hostile environment tonight. We watched the entire game. It wasn't some ridiculous environment that made it tough on the Padres, and every time there were 2 strikes, everyone was on their feet. No, quite the opposite. In fact, it was just a Friday night, Dodger Stadium. Hey, it is what, I mean, it was not that at all. So it didn't feel like they were done in by that. It feels like when the Dodgers come to Petco, the thing is going to be freaking amped up. It's going to feel like the postseason. That was not the case tonight at Dodger Stadium on the opposite side.
Dude, the upper decks were like empty.
Yeah, empty. It's crazy.
I got people in my mentions. Yeah, I got my people in my mentions being like, that's where the press sits. I'm like, no, it's not.
They don't. In the postseason. You know how they fill their seats? They give away like decoy bobblehead dogs. That's the only way they fill their seats. That's the only way. Right. It's like World Series ring presented by Nextel night. Otherwise, if you can't fill those seats on a Friday night against the Padres, one game out in your division, you don't fill those seats.
No.
Sorry. You just, in August? Why wouldn't you fill those seats?
Yeah, the stadium was dead. Awful atmosphere. Did not feel like a playoff atmosphere from first pitch.
Ever.
Dodger fans were awful tonight. You guys were awful.
I mean, yeah, it's like they did not give the Dodgers some incredible home field advantage here tonight. It's just the Dodgers won the game.
Right.
3-2. All right, let's get to some of these super chats. Rocket, thank you, man. He says, didn't bother working counts at all. Kershaw shoved. I mean, he did. He did. I don't know how many strikes he threw out of the 76 pitches he threw overall. I could find it. Someone could put it in the chat. Where is it? I mean, 76 pitches, 45 strikes isn't some crazy ratio. So I don't know what the game plan was, Jim. I have no idea. I don't know if they were up there attacking because they know he throws 88 and they feel like you should be swinging because pitches over the zone are hittable. I thought his slider obviously was good here tonight. You're not just only going to have success with your fastball when you're throwing 88. And he's got that curveball, obviously, that he's used for two decades at this point. He shouldn't have been that good, is all I would say. But his last 3 starts, honestly, have all looked like this. I wouldn't trust him if I was a Dodger fan in the postseason. But tonight, he was more than trustworthy, and that's a credit to him and not a credit to the Padres offense.
Yeah, it's just frustrating because the Padres offense tonight looked like the offense pre-14-3 stretch.
Yep.
And this is like it is one game.
Yeah.
Right? It is one game. But they have struggled against this Dodger team, and this Dodger pitching is not good. It's like they made these moves to shore up their lineup, right? And you got one of those moves sit on the bench the whole game. The 2 other moves had a great night. Freddie Fermin had a really good night. Threw out Ohtani, had an awesome, night behind the plate. Hit a rocket up the middle. Laureano hits that home run for you. And your other players don't step up. It's a frustrating watch if you're a Padres fan tonight. That's for sure.
Yeah, completely. Agreed. JD Gaucho, what's up, man? Thank you for the super chat, guys. If you're here, subscribe here on content for you. Let's get to 9,300 subscribers, if you wouldn't mind. Help us get to 9,300 subscribers.
10 away.
Tonight. How many?
We're 10 away.
All right. So take a moment. Let's just take one moment. If you're new to the channel, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, we're here for you in season and out of season. And thank you for the super chats and for the memberships as well. Again, Jim's doing a members only watch party tomorrow for game 2, beginning at 6:10. And JD Gaucho says Clayton Kershaw still has something left in the tank, and he does. I agree. I mean, how could you deny that? He's got a 3.01 ERA. He's thrown enough innings for that to, he's had a good enough regular season, and he's pitching, honestly, the best he's pitched all year over the last 3 starts. He followed up by saying, I like the sack bunt call for Fermin. Take your chances with Nando and 2 in scoring position. There will be a time in October to do this, to do the same thing, or to go
multiple runs, giving up outs late in the game. That's the part I don't like.
Yeah, I know. It's so easy to second guess before, even when it happens in real time. Is you're down 2 runs, you're not down 1.
Right. If you're down 1 run, it's probably the play because you got 2 on, 1 out. right? I mean, you got 2 on in scoring position.
Well, now you're a base hit away from a lead. You typically on the road are playing for a lead, not a tie.
Right. And tonight, Mike Shildt, I just felt like he was playing a little conservative. And by a little, I mean a lot. He was playing for the tie. Not the lead.
There's no other way to look at it.
Yeah, he's playing for the tie. And that's kind of I just think it's kind of weak, but
I think it's more soft.
Soft, there you go.
Yeah,
soft.
I think it's soft. I do. I think it's conservative. I think it's the right word for it.
Yeah.
Scorp, thank you, man. He says, top of the order went 0 for 14. How can you shake things up with that level of performance, or do you need to? Here's the thing. They were 14-3.
Yeah.
They've been scoring.
Yeah.
The team has played well. Jackson Merrill's had a nice emergence the last 4 or 5 games. Fernando Tatis Jr. did have a good 4 or 5 games coming in. I don't think anything gets – we always said this, Jim. They were under 500 for 80 games. And we're like, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. They never shook it up.
Never.
We sound like Taylor Swift. They never shook it up.
Shake it off. Shake it off.
Yeah, why would they shake it up now? I mean, they're playing among the best baseball in the sport right now.
Yeah, Mike Shildt is the king of never shaking things up. He is going to continue to do the same thing over and over and over and over again until it works. And historically, he's made it work, right? You just look at his teams that he's managed, and he's got the right to tell you what he's doing is working. As far as like the totality of this season goes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I do think there are questions with Mike Shildt. We've said this before, with some of his in-game managing in big moments. Over the course of a regular season, he's fairly good. There's not too much to criticize about Mike Shildt, but what I've noticed is in big game situations lately, just a year and a half, he's been outmanaged. And it's not the first time. I've seen him get outmanaged in the postseason when he was the Cardinals manager as well. And I feel like, he got outmanaged by Dave Roberts last year in the postseason. He's been severely outmanaged by Dave Roberts this year so far. Will that come back to bite Mike Shildt in the ass, being conservative the way he is, down a couple runs? But
that's a good point. I mean, it is inarguable that he's been outmanaged. I do think he's done a nice job as a regular season manager. The results speak for themselves. They've won at a very high level over the last 2 years, but specifically last postseason into this regular season against the Dodgers, I don't think it's hard to say. No, I mean, you can't argue that he has, put his team in the best position to win. You just can't do it. And he was outmanaged last year in the postseason. I'm sorry. I said it repeatedly. I'd have to go back and watch those 5 games, but I thought he was outmanaged last year in the postseason. Padres Payne, thank you, says, I don't like a rise in the 2 spot. Prefer Jackson or Laureano there personally. Second quick note, Teoscar is 4 for 6 with 2 home runs against Jeremiah Career. That's interesting. By the way, he said this postgame. Did you hear Shildt? Like, by going to Estrada for the second inning and going for it, I get it. You were down 1 and then you're down 2 because you allowed that home run. But basically, by going for it, you're going to have Estrada likely down tomorrow. Now they have everyone else available. They only use 2 of their, 5 high leverage guys here today. But it wasn't an interesting chase. It was like you bring in Estrada, but then you have Matsui in there down 2. And then you pull it within 1 and you have Mason Miller out there. So it's like, I'll chase down 1. I won't chase down 2. I'll chase down 1. Like, make up your mind. Like, have the conviction to try to win the game or don't. It felt like you were just kind of like going with the wind.
Yeah, like 2 runs is like, nope, not doing it.
Nope. 1 run, yes.
Yeah. Like,
I get it statistically,
but like, I don't know, dude. Like, sack up. I mean, like, what do you got?
Yeah, you didn't play yesterday. You started Wandy Peralta. Like, you might want to go for it, but you're going to just use the arms anyway.
Yeah.
Got to cover the innings.
Just fucking go for it, man. Lay it all out there, dude. Like,
I thought they waved the white flag with Matsui, and then all of a sudden it's 3-2. Like, just kidding. Here's Mason Miller.
Me too. I'm like, what? Like, you're using Yuki, and then you go to Mason Miller. By the way, Estrada has not
fly.
By the way, Estrada has not pitched well against the Dodgers this year.
Oh, that was his other really bad outing?
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. There's like a dog like barking his head off outside. I need to close the window.
Is it your dog? All right, while you do that, we're going to get back to the conversation in one moment. Guys, appreciate you. We'll get to all the super chats. We'll be here as long as we need to tonight. Settle in, grab a drink, grab some food. We're talking about game one of the series won by the Dodgers in LA 3-2. Game two is Saturday at 6:10. Again, members only watch party with Jim begins at 6:10. Become a member. Click that join button down below and support our title sponsor. If you're here right now, if you're in Southern California, please support our title sponsor. He will take care of you if you have any insurance need. We've had insurance policies through Mark for years. I've got homeowners and earthquake and life. He does auto. He is a terrific insurance agent. He is a lifelong Padres fan, a native San Diegan. He has been with us on the channel since we launched it 4 years ago. The next time you have any insurance need, get in contact with Mark. Click that link in the description down below. Get free quotes online. Or call him and he will talk to you about the Padres and he will talk to you about saving money on your insurance. But trust me, he will talk to you about the Padres as well. So whatever it is, auto, home, renter's life. I had to file a claim a couple of years ago. He took care of everything for us and he'll do the exact same for you and your family. So if you support this channel, please get in contact with our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance.
Yeah, all his information is on that ticker below. Nimitz at farmersagent.com. And you reach out to Mark, let him know that John and Jim from the Wrap-Up Show sent you.
Let's get back to some of these super chats, guys. Appreciate you hanging out on this Friday night. Again, Dodgers take game one at Dodger Stadium. David, thank you, man. He says, Dodger fan here, rooting for them to win. But frankly, the bullpen is a huge, in all caps, vulnerability. The Padres, with some homework, can exploit the various weak arms weaknesses. They didn't today, but tomorrow. I don't know. I saw the stats coming in. I listened to what they talked about on the broadcast. They've blown a ton of late leads. I get it. They've been in a ton of games that they should have won that they lost over the course of the last week or two or three. I mean, they had among the worst records in baseball, Jim, since the 4th of July coming in. So I don't think everything is fixed for the Dodgers based on one night. I mean, they put Max Muncy on the IL today. Their bullpen's been a mess, but I also don't expect them to play like they had been playing, which is like one of the worst teams in baseball, with their offense really mired in a month-long slump as well. So I think it's like, yeah, it's true. The Dodgers bullpen hasn't been very good, but either has their offense, and I'm kind of waiting for their offense to get turned around, truthfully.
Yeah, and let's be real. The Dodgers offensively tonight weren't great.
They were not great at all.
I mean, they got that home run from Teoscar, but they were pretty much gifted those runs because Manny didn't make that play. Like, Manny's got to make that play. He will tell you he's got to make that play, but he didn't, and it cost the team 2 runs. And then Teoscar hit that solo shot, and that was it. That was it. So, like, they're still struggling offensively. They didn't, have like a 8 spot tonight against you with like 3 home runs. This game was very winnable. Very winnable. That's why it was frustrating to see Mike Schilt go the conservative route instead of trying to go and put a little pressure on.
Yeah, I think that's the right take. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you completely. Par Threes Club, what's up, man? Big supporter of the channel. We appreciate you, man. You kind of started the membership train a couple of weeks ago, so thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the t-shirts as well. Check out his website, par3s.club. I think I have that right. par3s.club. Check out the t-shirts if you're a Padres fan. He said, just a bad game. We'll get them tomorrow, boys. I mean, and it may be. The way the Padres have played, they've won, 5 or 6 consecutive series? They've lost game ones and won series consistently under Mike Schilt over the last 2 years. They do have Dylan Cease, who's been terrific his last 2 times out. They do have, who's throwing game 3, Jim? Is it you, Darvish?
Darvish, yeah.
Darvish has been good. I mean, he has. He's kind of turned things around here over the last 2 or 3 times he's been on the mound. So maybe they win this series. I mean, again, one game doesn't make a series, and it certainly doesn't make a season. So let's see if they can play better. It's a fascinating matchup tomorrow, isn't it, Jim? Cease, Snell. Come on.
I know. 2 same, you got a lefty and a righty, and they're both almost
maligned.
The same. Exactly. They're both frustrated in their own right, but they have a lot of similarities with the frustrations when you watch.
And they
them.
can be filthy. Like, one of them could go 7 scoreless tomorrow. One of them could go 7 scoreless tomorrow, but they both can be frustrating as well. Andrew, thank you, man, for the super chat. He says, did Kershaw pitch that good, or did our hitters just not show up tonight? And if they didn't show up, is this a preview of things to come? That's like the chicken egg question. How can you ever say that? It's so hard to be like, hey, was it the pitcher or was it the offense? I think it's a combination of both. But I don't think it's a sign of things to come, tonight's offensive performance by the Padres. I like the way their offense is played, and I'm not going to say tonight deserves so much, criticism that they can't overcome this offensive performance. I mean, they scored 2 runs and they lost the game. Let's see what they do tomorrow.
I hope not, because the last time, I mean, they started the year 14-3, and then they proceeded to kind of fall off a little bit of a cliff. I think they were like 3-8 in their next 11 games after their 14-3 start. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, you said on the air or on the wrap-up show yesterday, that is what you said.
Yeah, so like they can get really hot and then just stop. Like they can just like turn into something else. And we've seen that. They started the year red hot, and then they proceeded to go a couple games under 500 for the next 2 months. And then they got red hot again. You hope the pattern doesn't continue. You know, maybe it's like it's good to have an off day yesterday, but like sometimes for players, you just want to keep playing. That's why, you know, a lot of times we say like don't have a maybe the bye isn't good in baseball because you want to keep your momentum going, right? Maybe I don't know. We'll see what happens the rest of this weekend. Like if they take the next 2 games against the Dodgers, then again,
oh good.
Tonight's loss, like okay, right, whatever. But
completely,
if you ended up losing the next 2 games and you get swept here, it's like okay, all right.
I mean that's a problem. I mean, even I know they have 3 at Petco, and I know maybe they'll look better. But no, you can't get swept in this series. No. And you're right. It looks a lot different if you take the next 2, and it looks a lot different if you lose the next 2. I mean, we're going to speak entirely differently about this team based on the 2 things you just said. If they win the next 2, what are we going to be saying on Monday? A lot of positives. If they lose the next 2, sky will be falling if they lose the next 2 games. And if they split the next 2, you know, you're kissing your sister, essentially. You're losing a game, but you're tied in the division. Dylan, thank you, man. He says, do you think Arise starts tomorrow versus Snell? O'Hearn has a much higher OPS versus lefties and yet still rides the bench. Traded just to sit half the time? I mean, Arise is a regular for them, so I personally would be surprised if Arise sits. But, I mean, why is Iglesias starting? You could just start Ryan O'Hearn. You don't need to start Jose Iglesias.
Yeah, the thought of like, ooh, we're going to do the matchup thing and have this lefty off the, this player off the bench that we can bring in late game situations to be our like big bat. You do realize, Mike, that they're just going to bring in a lefty to face him anyway. So like the whole point of you not starting him because you didn't want to have him face a lefty, but now you're going to use him in late game situations where he'll most likely be facing a lefty. I'd much rather have him have 2, 3, or 4 bats against the lefty to get maybe his timing right than going out there and, pinch hitting off a lefty. Now, it did work this year. Pinched hit. They brought in a lefty, hit that game-tying home run in Arizona.
That's right.
So, it worked. But also, if he hit that game-tying home run off a lefty, wouldn't that give you a little more reason to, like, maybe play him every day against lefties?
I mean, it seems like you trade for a guy at the deadline. You want to you're talking about an all-star caliber. The guy's had a good year. You're not just playing him to play him. You're playing him because you acquired him because you think he can help you win and help your lineup. So I get it. You have a full complement of players on your roster, but it's interesting that you acquired a guy that is not a regular, yet he was a regular where he was previously and he was hitting. So it's just, it's like he doesn't perfectly fit in their version of their best lineup, which to me remains odd considering what we said about the offense in the first half of the year.
Right.
Jennifer, appreciate the kind words here in the super chat. She says, so glad I finally joined as a member. I've been watching for a while and it feels good to support the channel directly. We appreciate you saying that, Jennifer. Thank you so much.
Jennifer.
Very kind of you to say. Appreciate you hanging out tonight. David, appreciate you. He says, Dodger fan again. Objectively, I think that the Schilt bunt call to play for the tie was decent because he's betting his bullpen against the Dodgers to see who will give up the winning run first. So you're saying if they get even in the 8th and you're 3-3, you say, you know what, I've got all those weapons to deploy. I can go to Miller and Suarez and wherever else. I get that point, and we can hold them at bay, and we'll be the one to break through before they do. But you're still on the road, which means the Dodgers still have an extra at bat, right? It's the top of the 8th inning. They still have the bottom plus the bottom of the next inning if they need it. I get it. I mean, I don't think it's the most egregious decision he's made in his managerial career. I'm with you. I thought it was conservative. I think could you have won the game by bunting there? Of course. And could you lose by not bunting there? Of course. I just thought it was conservative.
if they were at home, it would have made a little more sense because you get the last at bat. And so from that standpoint, you do put the pressure on the Dodgers. But I in late game situations to play for the tie, I always like cringe. I'm like, I don't know. It's like perfect example. All right. Ramon Laureano last week, I forget, right? Last week or this past, last week. You got runner at second, no outs. All right. Runner at first, I think, too, right? Runner at first and second, no outs.
When was this?
This was what was the game that he hit the walk-off? That was against Boston. That was on Saturday night last week. Last Saturday. We're in extras. Not where we are, but they're in extras. Runner at first and second in extra innings, no out. He calls for the bunt for Ramon Laureano, who has been on fire. Thank God he did not bunt, because guess what happened? He hit the game-winning RBI.
That's right.
So it's like, if anything, that should show you, like, in those situations, you got to know who's at the plate. Let the guy swing away. It wasn't Martin Maldonado tonight. It was Freddie Fermin, who has been red hot with the Padres. Like, this guy, he's hitting. He's not Martin Maldonado or Jose Iglesias at the plate. So that's where I'm like a little. I mean, I'm annoyed by it. It just annoyed me.
I get it. I want to mention this one here from Carlos, who's a Dodger fan, but we'll take the super. It says, LOL, the Dodgers sell out more than any other team every year. Newsflash, you're dead wrong, and I'm about to make you look like a moron. He says, you guys sound like idiots. First, last year before we won the World Series. Hey, tough guy. The Dodgers have sold out 17 games this year. The Padres have sold out 40. So is that first every year in sellouts, or is that 23 fewer sellouts than the Padres? It's 23 fewer sellouts. There's no one there on a Friday night, dude. We watched this Cardinals game on MLB Network the other day. There were 18,000 people there. The Wednesday afternoon game was an embarrassment.
Yeah.
So come on, give me a break. You watch. Oh, but they have the biggest stadium, but there's nobody there. So come on, give me a break. If the Padres had a bigger stadium, they'd sell more tickets. Come here, see.
I guarantee you, if the Padres had the same capacity number of seats as the Dodgers do at Dodger
they would
Stadium,
average more per game.
Wouldn't even be close.
It wouldn't be close at all.
Wouldn't even be close.
It would not be close. You
can't compare apples to apples here. It's like comparing apples to orange, because you got one stadium that's bigger and another stadium that seats 43, and they fill that thing up to capacity every single night. And most of the time it's beyond capacity to like damn near 45, 46, 47,000.
Let me go. I got to go get the Lucky Box card. But first, the Slick Rick says that Dodger fans are boycotting over the situation with ice. Maybe. I just think that every single time I watch the Padres play the Dodgers, it's the second inning, the place is half full. And then by the time it fills up, it doesn't fill up. So,
look, if that's the case, then that's the case. And I'll take back what I said. But like, I mean, I don't know that. I mean, if you could find me like factual evidence to why, or if that's the case, if Dodger fans are truly, boycotting the owner because they support ice.
Because when they have Shohei Ohtani bobblehead night, everyone's there.
That's true. That's true. And then everybody like bobblehead night? Scalps those fucking bobbleheads and put them on eBay for $500, like total fucking losers. I mean, if you scalp, you're a loser. I'm sorry.
I don't even know what you're talking about now. What are you talking about? Hold on. What are you talking about?
You mentioned that place is full for Ohtani bobbleheads, and I go, yeah. And the people that go there get like 45 bobbleheads to scalp, and they put them online for like $500. And I was saying that if you're a scalper, you are a fucking loser. Yeah,
because we got like a 9-year-old with his parents who can't even get a freaking bobblehead because people are taking like 100 and waiting there for 3 days to go make money on eBay. That's ridiculous.
Yep. Scalpers are losers.
Guys, Lucky Box vending. Whether you like the Padres or the Dodgers, you're all going to like this. Lucky Box mystery vending machines. You can get Pokemon cards. You can get sports cards. You can get autographed jerseys as well. How about this one? This Fernando Tatis Jr. Auto Bowman 10 popped out of a Lucky Box vending machine that we were in Vegas just a couple of weeks ago, actually in July. And this was unbelievable. And this is a great, great product. You need to check them out the next time you're in Vegas. You can check out luckyboxvending.com, click the link in the description down below, and you can see where they're located, these vending machines. And you don't know what's going to come out, but that's kind of the fun part of it. I mean, you could get a Fernando Tatis Jr. Auto 10. You could get a Messi signed jersey. You could get some great Pokemon card. I don't even know what that looks like. Shoot, you could get Shohei Ohtani stuff. I mean, whatever the team, whatever the sport, it's really, really a unique experience. I did it in Vegas. Jim did it with Pokemon in Vegas. And if you use our promo code, you can get $5 off. Padres, all lowercase. So use the promo code the next time you're at a Lucky Box vending machine. There's 10 or 12 of them right now in Las Vegas. They're in airports across the country, Chicago, Las Vegas. I think they're coming to San Diego actually this fall. They might be coming to LA, truthfully, this fall as well. Use the promo code Padres, all lowercase, and see if you can walk away with this Fernando Tatis Jr. autographed trading card.
Yeah, and go to their website, luckyboxvending.com, to become a golden ticket club member. It's free, no cost necessary. Just sign up using your email and phone number. You get insider perks, early location drops, exclusive giveaways, like a chance to win an authenticated Willy Wonka golden ticket signed by Gene Wilder. All you got to do, it's free of charge. Just sign up online at luckyboxvending.com or by scanning the QR code at any Lucky Box machine that you go to.
All right, let's get to some of these supers. We realize we're well behind. I mean, we're just covering everything that we can. We got time. We're here for you. We're venting. Padres lose game 1. Thank you, G Rockin, for the super chat, guys. If you are here, please subscribe. We are, what are we, Jim? Refresh for me. We're 5 away?
We're a couple away.
We're a couple away. Please subscribe. Let's get to 9,300 subscribers. We're something like 6 or 7 subscribers away. So if you haven't subscribed, help us get to 9,300 subscribers tonight. And thank you for the supers and the memberships. Click join down below. He says, I'm not going to vent today. I'll wait for the series to be over, but I will say this. These are the games our stars need to prove their worth. Show up. Again, one game. We could say it more moving forward, depending on how they play. We'll certainly say it in October, but
I'll say this about the one game thing.
It's hard to say that.
I'll say this about the one game thing. You could say it's one game if they're playing like the Giants or the D-backs or the Rockies. You're going to be facing these teams in the postseason. Like if it's against the Dodgers or the Phillies and you don't come through, like, you're going to be facing the Dodgers most likely in the postseason. There's a good chance, right? And
I don't know.
I mean, maybe. I would like to see Manny Machado against the Dodgers. Like I name me the last time that Manny's come through late in the game against the Dodgers with a huge like go ahead hit.
No idea.
Like maybe he's done it this year, but off the top of my head, I can't think of that like definitive moment where I'm like, yo, Manny. Like, I can even think of a Bogarts moment before I can think of a Manny moment against the Dodgers recently.
Yeah, from this past June.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm just only specifically talking about against the Dodgers. So, yes, we could say it's one game, but it's more than that because it's what he's done against the Dodgers specifically.
Sure.
Where I'm like, are we going to have that big moment, my guy? Like, we're going to have that big moment.
I get it. Yeah. How many times have you heard me say heavy is the head that wears the crown? I don't say it as much this year. He's had a good year. But at the end of the day, buck stops there. So when their season ends, if it's not by hoisting a World Series trophy, you know what's going to happen. A lot of criticism is probably going to be levied at Manny Machado unless he hits 80 in the postseason or in the series that they lose. JD's third, thank you, man. He says, Mr. Magoo, he's talking about Schilt, 0 for 4 in postseason elimination games. He needs to bring it. Winners find solutions. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched all 4 of those elimination games, truthfully, although maybe I have. There was the COVID year against the Padres when he was with the Cardinals. Well, he was what? He got swept by the Nationals in NLCS. He lost last year to the Dodgers. Lost a 1-game wild card maybe to the Dodgers as the St. Louis Cardinals manager as well. But I don't know. I don't know if Mike Schultz an awful postseason manager. He doesn't have a good postseason record as a manager, and I thought he was outmanaged last year. I don't know if that makes him an awful postseason manager, but yeah, I mean, you're going to want to see his best, a month from now or 6 weeks from now.
I'm looking up what Manny's done against the Dodgers.
In a Padres uniform?
No. And this year. This year is hitting 242. might be lower than that. No, how many times have they played the Dodgers this year? 8?
This was game 8.
Yeah, 8. Yeah. So he's hit 242 with 8 hits, 1 home run, 8 RBIs in 8 games against the Dodgers this season. In his last 4, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last 6 games against the Dodgers, he's got 3 hits. He's 3 for 7, 10, 19, 20. He's 3 for his last 23 against the Dodgers with 1 home run.
That's interesting. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he's 1 for his last 13 against the Dodgers. I mean, you can look at it here. I mean, he had 1 game. The first 2 games against the Dodgers, he went 2 for 5, and he went 3 for 5 with 5 RBIs. That was the game they won 11-1, I think. Yeah. And then since then, he's only got 3 hits. He's gone 3 for 23 this year.
Yeah, not great. Not great. Evan, thank you, man, for the super chat. It says Ariza's 719 OPS and the 2-hole is brutal in all caps. I mean, Ariza's has moments. He had the 16-game hit streak. He's also, left some things to be desired at times this year. That's true. I mean, and he's never going to be in there with that high OPS because he swings at everything and he's not hitting tons of home runs. So he's not going to walk a lot. So, I mean, I don't think he's like weighing them down as much as others believe he is my just general assessment. But I recognize this was always the problem with extending Luis Ariza, giving him a lot of money. I mean, if you're a 700 OPS player and you have a year where you hit 285, not 335, it's a completely different look. And we're kind of riding that, point right now at this point in the year.
Yeah, Ariza can get super red hot. We've seen it this year. Like I think he had like a 16, 17 game hitting streak. 16. Yeah, 16 game hitting streak. Longest of his career. So like he can get red hot for sure. It's just who he is. You're not changing you're not changing him. That's who he is. They just got to deal with it and hope that, he gets balls to drop. Because he's not because he's not gonna strike out, right? But he's gonna make contact with everything, and he's not gonna strike out, he's not gonna walk. So you just hope that the ball
is gonna hit the ball. Yeah, he's just gonna hit the ball, and hopefully the balls drop. Irie, thank you for the super. Irie says, wrap up a blunt show for me right now. Get the next 2, though. Thank you, Irie Fan Geek. We appreciate you, man, on this Friday night.
Yeah.
Jared, what's going on, man? He says, okay, he's predicting Cease's line tomorrow. This would be nice. 7 innings, 10 strikeouts, 2 walks, a run allowed, 5 hits. Padres win 6-2. I don't care what it looks like tomorrow, especially at Dodger Stadium. If their offense looks like shit and they win 1-0 because some dude threw a ball away down the right field line in the 3rd inning and that's the only run, great. If they win 10-9 and Cease looks like shit, I'll take it. Just win tomorrow, because you lose tomorrow and all of a sudden it gets what the talking points are going to be if they lose tomorrow. That they just can't beat the Dodgers, and the Dodgers have kind of turned their season around against San Diego. That's what people will be saying if they lose tomorrow.
Yep, and it would be even worse if they got swept this weekend.
Yeah, or if Snell shoves.
And Will Smith, we played his post-game sounds yesterday on the show today, and he mentioned they are looking for a sweep this weekend. That's their goal.
What?
Yeah, like he let it slip a little bit. I guarantee you, Dave had doors closed with the team, talking to the team, and I guarantee you, he said, "Let's go sweep those motherfuckers."
Probably.
So like that's what they're looking for this weekend.
Yeah, you're probably right. I think you're right. Well, hopefully Schultz saying the same thing and saying, let's go win the series. We've lost game 1s before and won series as recently as like
Schultz. Like, it's just another game, guys. Just another game.
No big deal. JD's third thank you says slug is important in the playoffs in these type of games. Remember, LAD only had 2 solo shots in game 5 last year. Lots of baseball left. No let up. Yeah, I mean,
very good point.
I'm not going to judge the freaking future NLDS or NLCS off tonight. I'm not going to – I guarantee it, Jim, if they play in the NLDS this year, we're not going to be like, hey, remember that game mid-August when they lost 3-2? No, we're not going to be saying that. We're going to be judging the teams based on where they are and their body of work and what happened during the year. Do the Dodgers have more slug than the Padres? Yeah. do the Padres have a better pitching staff than the Dodgers? You could argue it. And certainly their bullpen is a clear favorite in that argument. So both teams have their advantages and disadvantages. But from a slugging perspective, yeah, LA's got the better team. From a pitching perspective, I think the Padres probably have the better team.
Yeah, it felt as Schilt was using Estrada tonight. He had Mason Miller. He didn't use Adam or Suarez or Morejon tonight. But it felt a little like, all right, this team's got this great bullpen, but they just can't score any runs. It brought me right back to like the point we've made against the Dodgers is like, they got to score. They have to come up big. They got to get big hits. Manny's got to come through. Tatis has got to come through. I give shit about Tatis not hitting home runs. Tonight it's like, bro, here's a moment for you, dude. Like, here's a moment. You fucking own that stadium. Your career numbers there are insane. You're down 2 with 2 on.
How about even a single?
Well, singles is he can hit singles, but what I'm talking about is like something that he used to do, which is hit the ball over the fence.
But I'm saying tonight with second and third, I just do something.
Yeah, Tatis hasn't had a moment in a while. He's had good games.
Yeah, exactly. I'll have 2 singles and a stolen base or whatever.
Yeah, a couple doubles, but
a couple doubles the other day.
Where's the moment?
Yeah,
kind of waiting for that.
Good point. It's a good point. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. Let's get back to this in a moment. Let's get back to this conversation in a moment. We do want to remind Padres fans and baseball fans that we've got a great offer for them with our friends over at SeatGeek. We've come through for you guys. You can use promo code PADSWRAP. That's PADSWRAP. You get $20 off your first order of $50 or more at SeatGeek. You heard me right. $20 off your first order of $50 or more with promo code PADSWRAP. Just click that link in the description down below. Download the app. Have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. We do want to thank our friends over at SeatGeek. And let's take a look at Dodgers Padres next weekend at Petco Park, where it ain't gonna be cheap, obviously, to get in, but you can get in. Here's some tickets in section 300 for $175, including
the Giants
fees.
game.
What's that?
What about the Giants series?
A Giants series is gonna be cheaper.
Yeah, Giants suck. They lost again tonight.
Yeah, the Giants series is gonna be cheaper. You want me to look? I'll look that up for you. But I feel like everyone's gearing up for next weekend, but that's fair. Giants at Padres Monday. How about you get in and you sit in section 228 for $50? And that's with fees. That's 2 tickets for $100. Take $20 off with the promo code PADSWRAP. So that's more like it. Get in for $80 combined with that promo code and click that link in the description down below. Take advantage.
Yeah, SeatGeek's MLB's official ticket marketplace. Your tickets, they're fully guaranteed and instantly fulfilled in your account after purchase. Just use our promo code when checking out. PADSWRAP, PADSWRAP, for $20 off tickets at SeatGeek. That's $20 off your first purchase with our promo code PADSWRAP, PADSWRAP.
All right, take advantage of that offer. Click that link in the description down below and use the promo code. All right, let's get back to it. Again, John and Jim with you. On the wrap-up show, Dodgers Take Game 1. We're 4 subscribers away from 9,300. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to subscribe to this channel, we would appreciate it. Again, if you are a member or if you'd like to become a member, click join down below. Jim's going to do a watch party tomorrow on the wrap-up show for members, but you have to be a member. So click that join button down below, and then we'll have another wrap-up show for you on Sunday night as well. All right, back to the Super Chats where JD Third says, Kershaw just said this win got the Dodgers back on track. Well, I mean, what else is he going to say?
He said that? He said that? Of course.
I mean, I haven't seen the quote, but he's saying he said it.
Yeah, of course. Of course it is.
I mean, did this get them back on track?
We'll find out. But it's like, the saying of you're only as good as your next day starting pitcher. Well, it's nice that they have Blake Snell tomorrow coming off of the start that he just made.
Right.
So and they got Glass now on Sunday.
Right.
It was a fun 48 hours while it lasted.
No. I mean, just teams are even in the division. They still got to come to Petco, and the Padres have good pitching too. But no, I get it.
But here's a thing here that I don't think I think you might have mentioned it. Right now, Padres are 2-6 against the Dodgers this year. They would need to win the next 4 games just to even up the season series. to where. Wait, 5? Okay, they got 5.
Yeah, because if they go 4-1, they lose the season series.
Yeah, so they got to win the next 5 games,
which isn't going to happen.
Not going to happen.
I mean, it's unlikely to beat anyone 5 consecutive times. So if that doesn't happen, well, listen, I'm signing up right now for 4-1 in the next 5 games against the Dodgers. Want to know why? That's 3 games of separation. So, I mean, that's an amazing outcome. If you go 4-1 against the Dodgers in the next 5 games, that's an amazing outcome based on tonight. Yeah, you don't win the season series, but who cares? You got a 3-game lead in that hypothetical over those 5 games. So that's what you're hoping for.
Exactly.
Carlos, thank you. He says, oh, excuse me, I missed this. Let me get to this here from Nicole. Thank you, Nicole. Appreciate the very generous super chat. Nicole says, it's simple. When a pitcher hits 2 batters and has no control, you take a few pitches first. Don't go bunt. I think to continue that point, it is put the pressure on. Make him beat you. Make him get you out. Because if Fermin does come through there, even a single, everything is different. Bases loaded or a run is in, nobody's out. You put so much pressure on the Dodgers in that spot, and they didn't play in that manner. It was a more conservative try from Schilt, and in the end, it didn't work.
Yeah, it's just like, Schilt's a guy that is he talks a big game, like, right? Mike Schilt talks a big game.
Yeah.
And then in that moment in the game, he acted like a wuss. He played it soft. He played it conservative. And you gotta understand the moment. Sometimes you got to go with your gut instead of the analytics. That's what has made Bruce Bochy a Hall of Fame manager. Boch does have analytics in his back pocket, but a lot of times he goes with his gut, and most of the time his gut pays off. Mike and it's, I think, it has to do with him playing the game. Like, Mike never played the game. I'm not going to use that against Mike. I'm just pointing it out. But, like, you got to use your gut there and say, all right, I got a pretty hot hitter and Freddie Fermin at the plate. All right. This dude on the mound just hit 2 guys. Like, go up there and work a good at bat instead of giving away an out. Your top of the lineup hasn't done jack shit all night. At least Freddie Fermin is a guy that has at least a hit tonight for you. So go for the big inning. Try to put the pressure on. I bet Dave is sitting there thinking to himself, thanks for the free out.
Yeah, like,
so is the pitcher. He's like, oh, good. I just hit 2 guys. Now I can reset. Got the free out. We're good to go.
I agree. I think it's well said. I agree with you. I don't know if it has to do with him having played or not. I just think it's a poor decision.
I just wanted to point it out because, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you can't compare obviously Bochy's resume because Bochy's resume is one of the best. Is one of the best in the history of the game. Carlos, thank you, man, for the super chat. He says, put the numbers up. What do the numbers say? I don't know what we're talking about here. He says, you're talking about what ifs. I'm talking about what is. Reply, Carlos, if you're still here, and put it in the chat. It doesn't have to be a super chat. I have no idea what you're talking about. Do you?
Probably the sellouts for Dodger Stadium compared to Padres.
No, because he says you're talking about what ifs. I'm talking about what is. No, that's factual. The Padres have way more sellouts than the Dodgers do this year. So I don't know. Comment down below and tell us what the hell you're talking about. HBBBV, thank you, man. He says LA's a polluted dump. That's why pitchers get hurt. Thank you, man, for the super chat. I like that insight. It's very insightful there from HBBV, who's back. We appreciate you, man. Thank you for your long-time support of the channel. I do like that breakdown.
He'd be back.
Andrew, appreciate you. He says, thank you guys for the continuous content. Absolutely. We're here for you. Good days, bad days, and everything in between. Slot Name Easy says this team goes as far as Manny takes them. Potentially. We've said it before, and we'll say it again.
Yeah, I mean, we're not in the postseason yet, but let me just look this up real quick here. Yeah, I mean, we're not in the postseason yet, but Manny in the postseason with the Padres, he's hit 216 with 7 home runs in 25 games with the Padres.
Not great.
Not the best. I mean, home runs is fine, but like 25 games, you only have 22 hits. Hit 216. Hold on. I want to look up his numbers with runners in scoring position in his Padres career. Can't find that. Oh well.
What were you looking at?
Manny Machado with runners in scoring position in postseason.
Oh yeah, who knows? I'd like to know that. I don't know where to find it right now. Jared, appreciate you, man. He says Manny, Tatis, and others missing hangers down the middle. I mean, I guess I'd say that probably about Tatis. I haven't said that as much about Machado. I think he's actually made pitchers pay for mistakes a lot this year. So, I mean, again, 0 for 14 with these 4 hitters, and that includes Bogarts. We haven't touched at all really on Bogarts, who's been very good, obviously, for this team in the last couple of months. But I mean, 0 for 14, that's tough to overcome. I mean, that's a lot. You're asking a lot from your team when that happens.
Yeah, like, it's funny. You know that Bogarts is playing really good baseball. When tonight he goes over, and we haven't even mentioned his name.
I haven't mentioned him. Yeah, I mean, and that's, I guess, to his credit, because he played well for weeks on end. Like Tatis doesn't have the same built-up equity here recently. He's had some good days. Bogarts had been more consistent, but listen, big series for all these dudes, man. The Mannies and the Toddies and the freaking Bogarts and what these guys are making, they're here to carry their teams in big moments. And tonight they didn't, and hopefully they do Saturday and Sunday, you know?
Yeah, and but Bogarts isn't like a superstar like Manny Machado is. You know,
no, not anymore.
Yeah, if Bogarts and Manny both go 0 for 4, the first person we're going to is most likely Manny Machado, depending on the situations, obviously. If you know, we have definitely gone at Bogarts harder for 4. But yeah, it's just hard because Manny doesn't make that play on that bunt. He should have caught it. He didn't. And then he goes 0 for tonight. He had a big opportunity late in that game with runners in scoring position. Didn't come through. Not a good at bat. So,
yeah,
and same
I agree with that
as well.
This is a very generous super chat. Thank you, Cinematic, for the super. He says the Dodgers will lose, as a matter of fact, and nothing else. Baseball is like that sometimes, where you won't win every game. Tomorrow's a new day, and Dodger fans can realize that they're not top dog anymore after the Doyers. Maybe. I mean, it's hard to predict what happens tomorrow, isn't it? Padres could win 8-0 or be beat 8-0. We've watched enough of this sport to know that. I still like the fact that the Padres have played well. I mean, for a prolonged period of time. These last couple of weeks have been good. Hopefully it continues, is what I would say. And the Giants on the other side makes me feel pretty decent as well. 4 games at home against a team that's been awful, where hopefully you can take 3 of them. I think that's realistic with what's to come. And then you look at that September, Jim, we've talked about it, and it's soft as hell for the Padres. So I'm not gonna say the Padres are guaranteed to win tomorrow because they lost today, but I will say I think the Padres schedule is pretty light, other than the Dodgers, and I think the Padres are capable of playing well against the schedule they have remaining.
And just a side note here, we are 1 sub away from 9,300. So if you would please, if you have not already, hit the subscription tab there, subscribe to the channel. We are 1 sub away from 9,300. We're on the way to 10K. We're trying to get there before the postseason starts.
Got to get there before the postseason with you guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, appreciate the super. JD Gaucho has followed up by saying, this has got to be a joke. How can anyone hate on Max Muncy? He's just a jolly oaf with glasses. He's like the easiest player in the world to hate on.
Wait, hold on. How could anyone hate on Max Muncy? He's just a jolly oaf with... No, I want to punch him in his face.
Yeah, it's very easy. It's very easy.
Very easy. He's very ugly. Very ugly.
And appreciate these super chats, even the ones I'm not going to get to here tonight from these Dodger trolls. But thank you for the supers. But this one here from Padres News, he says Padres went 1-2-3. First game was over. Bullied by Dodgers. Were they bullied by the Dodgers?
Were they bullied by the Dodgers? They've been bullied by the Dodgers, yes.
But tonight, is that is that what he's saying, or just in general?
I would say tonight, no, but in general, absolutely. Absolutely, the Dodgers have punked the Padres. 100%.
Right.
100%.
We're over 9,300, so thank you guys.
Thank you. We appreciate you guys, even all Dodger trolls out there. We appreciate you.
We appreciate you guys. We do want to remind you about our promo code and offer with our friends over at Underdog Fantasy. In fact, they have a brand new offer for you going on right now. How about this? Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5, get $50 in bonus credits when you sign up with the promo code PODSRAP. You heard me right. Play $5, get $50 in bonus credits with promo code PODSRAP. In addition, you still get the 50% deposit match up to $1,000 with our promo code. Click the link in the description down below, and you get the free gimme pick. So with Underdog, it can't be simpler or easier. I mean, it's just the most simple thing in the world to play. I mean, the more you play, the more you can win. You can win up to 1,000 times your money in a single night. You can play Dylan Cease higher than 6.5 strikeouts. You can play Blake Snell higher than 1.5 earned runs allowed tomorrow. You can play Fernando Tatis Jr. homering. You can play WNBA action this weekend like Sabrina Ionescu. And if those 4 things happen, your $10 wager pays $237. And here's the thing. Even if you miss one of those, you can still win by flexing your play at Underdog. So it's simple, it's easy, it's fun. It's the best and easiest place to play fantasy sports. Use the promo code PADSWRAP by clicking the link in the description down below. And again, a brand new offer for our viewers. Play $5, get $50 in bonus funds, plus the 50% deposit match and the free gimme pick by clicking that link in the description down below and using promo code PODSRAP.
Yeah, scan the QR code above my head here. Take you to the App Store, download Underdog Fantasy, use our promo code PODSRAP, sign up, start playing, start winning. You're welcome.
All right, tell us a little bit about your plan for tomorrow on the wrap-up show.
Well, John, it will be a members-only watch party. All right, so you got to be a member of this channel. We've had a surge in memberships over the last couple of weeks, and to thank all of our new members, we are going to have a members-only watch party tomorrow night, 6:10, Padres and Dodgers. Not going to be anything huge or crazy. Just come and hang out, watch the game with me. Obviously, I can't stream the game, but I'll be reacting to it in real time. Yeah, if you're a member of this channel or you want to become a member of this channel, you can become a member by hitting the membership button below. Become a member, and tomorrow night it's a members only watch party. So got to become a member to join the watch party tomorrow night.
So there's the watch party, and if you're a member, you also get the emojis like the Merrill Madness, San Diego.
Now, did you upload or have the new emojis ready to go? No,
they're ready. I have them for you, Jim, but we're not until we need them.
Okay, I got you.
You got me. So
I got you.
We'll have some new emojis if we get some more members. Let's just put it that way. We'll have some more emojis if we get more members. And if you want to be there tomorrow for that watch party, click that join button down below, become a member. And then, of course, we'll have another wrap-up show for you Sunday night as well, following the series finale between the Padres and the Dodgers. So a busy weekend. We'll see if the Padres can even the series up on Saturday night and turn this series around over the course of the weekend. Cease Snell, 6:10, Saturday night, right here on the wrap-up show with Jim doing the watch party for members. All right, if you haven't subscribed, we appreciate it. If you would, please subscribe. Year-round content for you. Smash that like button for us. You can follow us on X at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. We appreciate your support of the channel. If you're here on replay, thank you for the super thanks. Thank you to those that have become members as well. Support our partners, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance. You got an insurance need, let Mark take care of you. Our friends at Lucky Box, use the promo code Padres. Next time you're at a Lucky Box machine, all lowercase. Our friends at Humul Casino, SeatGeek, Underdog Fantasy as well. Dodgers take game 1. We will see you tomorrow right here on the wrap-up show with that members-only watch party with Jim. For Jim, I'm John. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.